What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name's Greg. This is a continuation of the questions series we're doing. So this is going to be a 3 or 4 part series on basically the main questions we've gotten in regarding unemployment insurance, the stimulus bill, anything along that topic line. This is the continuation of it. So as soon as that came out, obviously people were flooding in with questions. Everybody's looking to get paid, and totally understandable. So I wanted to do this video series on just the main questions that you guys have had and address those. And basically the goal is to just get you guys as much good information as we can. It'd be pretty much pointless for me to give driving advice right now or any kind of tips on actual Uber and Lyfting because no one's Uber and Lyfting right now. From what I've heard, I talked to a driver the other day who said in his area it's less than $6 an hour right now. I have seen some of you that have said it's not the worst, but like, is it really beneficial? I've always thought it's not even worth driving if you're making less than 15 an hour. So if you're making less than 15, keep in mind that with gas and wear and tear, you're really not profiting that much. That being said, if you are still looking to be out there and making money, Instacart is blowing up right now. They're offering really good sign-up bonuses for, it's something like 100 deliveries in a month, so you got to really work for it. But really, what does that boil down to? I'm just doing quick math, somewhere between 4 and 6 rides a day, give or take. So, if you really are struggling, you could work for a few hours a day, bust out those grocery deliveries, get a bonus, and your earnings along with it. I would do that over Uber and Lyfting any day of the week. I would probably even want to do that over like Postmates or DoorDash. I don't really like the food delivery, but the grocery delivery is a little bit more chill, I feel like. So if you like grocery shopping, you should definitely give it a shot. If you feel healthy, you feel like you got nothing to be concerned about, and you need the money, I would definitely recommend it, and there will be a sign-up code in the description. So, back into this series. So the last question we left off on was basically about the unemployment insurance and how it correlates with the CARES Act. So moving right along, the next biggest thing people have been asking is, when are we going to get the money? I'm not sure there's actually solid information on this yet, especially because it's going state by state. I believe that the bill was released and or the bill was passed, but then how the funds are released, I believe, is up to the state. So I've heard so many people say different things. I've heard it'll be 2 months. I've heard it'll be a few weeks. I don't know if there's concrete evidence for anything there. I would say anywhere between 3 weeks and 3 months, I think you should be seeing it. And that's like regarding the stimulus check. As far as the unemployment insurance, I have no idea when that'll kick in. I could see that actually being a while, but the main thing is that's going to be dependent on your state. So you want to stay up to date with your state and how that works. I don't know, like here it's like Arizona Department of Economic Security, I think. So something like that, be on their website. If there's a number you can call, maybe call, pester them a little bit. Actually, don't do that. They're probably getting blown up right now. Don't be annoying. But if you do have a legitimate question, give them a call. They can probably help you out. Moving right along, can Uber and Lyft drivers apply for the small business loan? Yes. I don't know why you would for Uber and Lyft. From what I know about it, I haven't really looked too deeply into that because it wasn't something that was going to affect me too much. That's really going to be mostly beneficial for a small business with employees. Uber and Lyft drivers love saying they run their own business, but really, we're going to call that? They love saying they run their own business, but then cry out for benefits. But so technically, we are our own business. We're independent contractors. I understand that whole thing, but that loan isn't really going to help unless you have employees. So I believe, if I understand it correctly, if you have employees and you're keeping them paid and working, you get forgiveness on that loan. But I'm pretty sure it's only applicable if you have employees. So basically, if you want to take out a loan, go for it. But there's going to be no forgiveness for that if you don't have employees, if I'm understanding it correctly. And so why would you do it? But if you have another business, and you're actually keeping employees working, then you definitely would want to do this, because that could seriously really bring some value and benefit to you. All right. How long will you get the unemployment benefits for? So a pretty good amount of time. Like, oh man, I've been just reading so many articles on this. I feel like I'm getting all the numbers mixed up in my head. But it's this more than anything, don't quote me on. But it was a really solid amount of time. Like I believe it was something like a few months, maybe even more. But again, don't quote me on that. That should be a pretty easy Googleable question. But I remember I was like shocked. I was like, wow, like we'd be getting paid that money for a good amount of time. So it was worth it. I know it's worth it. Let's see. Do I have to stop driving if I'm receiving unemployment benefits? Here's the thing. As an Uber and Lyft driver, you're always going to be able to get away with a lot because, like, let's be honest, there's no real accountability besides just flags in the system, right? So hypothetically, yes, but the right answer is no. I'm not driving at all during this, and I would recommend not. That's the whole reason they're offering these unemployment benefits, is so that you don't go out there and put you and your family at risk. Stay home, take the money from the government, play it safe, right? But really, I mean, again, hypothetically speaking, they would probably have no way of knowing. I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. I mean, if you're talking that you'd be getting 600 plus a week, do not risk that in a time like this for making an extra like $200 a week on top of that. Not worth it. It's just, you would lose out on so much money. We don't know how long this is going to last. And so I would never risk that. But some of you shady MFers apparently would because it's been a big question. What are we at? Okay, we're still decent on time. I act like this is a live video, but isn't there a backlog in the unemployment benefits? What if I need money now, today, ASAP, pronto? Yeah, there's totally going to be. There have been, in the last 2 weeks, I believe 10 million plus unemployment filings. I believe that the number before that for it was something for like a year was only like 80,000 or something. It was some preposterously low number compared to how many we've had in the last 2 weeks. So to put it in perspective, like this system's going to take a while. That's why I've been telling people, like, I wouldn't count on anything for another few months, especially if you're in a state that hasn't even unrolled it yet. It's going to take some time. If you need money ASAP, the thing I would say about that, guys, is like the only thing you really need to be stressing more than anything right now is food. Like I know every apartment complex in the nation, it's like illegal to evict people right now. So what you need to do is you just need to call all your major bills and just say, listen, I got no money coming in. I just filed for unemployment. Like I need some kind of forgiveness here. Almost every complex isn't charging late fees. Banks aren't doing overdraft fees. So get your food on the table and your family taken care of first, and then worry about everything else afterwards. But you're just going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to call all your utility companies, and you're going to have to talk to them and ask for an extension for an indefinite amount of time, more than likely, and just let everyone know you're going to do what you can when you can. I had a bill that I was going to be late on because I was waiting for some money to come in, so I called in and I was like, hey, let me put some money towards it right now, but I can't pay the full thing. Especially if you do something like that, pretty much everyone's going to be lenient. Everyone understands. So just eke out and do whatever you got to do until the stimulus check and everything else comes in. If you got to borrow money from someone, I would do that, before taking out a credit card or a loan. I wouldn't add any unnecessary debt right now. And that's like what I was saying about the small business loan is like, why would you do it if you don't have employees? There's no truly beneficial reason besides just getting through a tough time. But right now, like, ironically, there's not that much risk for us as individuals, you know? No one's going to charge you late fees for anything. So if you need to push things back, just push them back and pay them when you can, you know? Let's see. You know what? Let's probably end it right here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's going to be a continuation of this, of probably at least 3 or 4 more videos. Definitely hope you like this. I'm telling everybody to really, like, now's the time to be subscribed and up to date with our channel, because we're going to try and get you everything we can as up to date as we can. I can't really give you any value as far as driving, so I want to find as many ways for you guys to get money from the government or whatever other ways right now as you can. And also, just to reiterate, you definitely want to look into Instacart right now, especially if you're one of those people where you really do need quick money. You know, that's going to be your best bet. That's the honest truth. Out of everything you can do right now, which is not much, Instacart is probably your best bet for making at least somewhat consistent money, especially if you've never done it before and you could get a bonus. That would be the way to go. So, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for part 3 in this question series.